patty. On this one, we're going to be doing a new thing. I don't feel like it's so new myself personally because this did come from Arby's, and they've had the deluxe Wagyu burger, as they call it, quite a few times there. So more or less, this is a promotion for the new movie coming out, and it's streaming November 22nd. This is the Good Burger 2 meal. Now, I didn't get the full meal. I got the sandwich. I didn't really care for the fries because the fries really aren't that great at Arby's anyway. And I'm not sure I really wanted a milkshake because I'm not trying to take in a lot of sugar right now. I've actually been cutting back a lot on food throughout the day so that way I can do these reviews. Also, if it matters to anybody, I got an update. I was 327 pounds 3 weeks ago. I weighed this morning at 295 pounds, so I've lost a total of 32 pounds, partially due to stress, partially because of other things. Anyhow, so I'm going to do it kind of similar to one of your reviewers that I've seen on here before, a YouTuber that I thought is pretty funny. He actually made an appearance on Tosh.0. So I'm going to say a couple things kind of similar to he and how he says on this one to do a little slightly something different, just because. So yeah, this is the deluxe Wagyu burger, and it has cheese, lettuce, tomato, and good burger sauce, as they call it, aka burger sauce. I just had to do it because you know who I'm talking about, guy. Seems like me and you are doing the same reviews, but everybody else is too, so hey, no big deal. I just like his videos. Shout out to the review of the week, I believe is what he calls himself, on YouTube, because I actually think that's a really good name. Mine was trying to just be catchy, so it wasn't really like I was aiming for the sky exactly. So I do have the Wagyu burger here. I guess it has pickles on it also, but it's basically a burger that Arby's is using to help promote the Good Burger 2, which is actually a reiteration, reboot kind of in a way, I think, because it's 20 years or more now since they did the Good Burger movie with Ed. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? And if nobody remembers that and nobody remembers Keenan and Kel, you should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed. That was the greatest comedy duo coming from the 90s, man. Of course, they did that show, the one that was on Saturday nights. What's it called? That little show called All That. If you don't remember All That, you didn't have a childhood in the 90s. That means you were stuck in your bedroom. Your parents would not let you out. And they did not care about you enough to let you have a childhood because that was one of the best shows on that little thing called Snick on Saturdays. So, just to go ahead and show you what it is first, I went ahead and cut it in half while I was sitting here babbling about my love for my childhood in that time. And as he said, it's 51% Wagyu, 41% beef. I can't do a very good impression of him, but I'm trying to be really close. So here's the burger itself. You can see with the burger sauce, I mean, it kind of does resemble, because it's real sloppy like the burger was in the first movie. Of course, they're battling Mondo Burger. There is no Mondo Burger to battle. It's just McDonald's now, so I'm getting it everywhere because this sauce is just real runny. So I'm just going to try it on both sides like I normally do. So this will be like the one side here. I really don't taste the sauce. It's like this orange sauce. And I've actually seen how their sauce is made for Good Burger, the recipe that they have. They actually have one on the internet that you can make. And it's a lot of stuff on that. Looking at the burger sauce they made here, this does have the consistency of the Big Mac sauce. That's what it feels like. It pretty much reminds me of Big Mac sauce. With this burger here, it does stand at a whopping 800 calories. I do plan on actually giving half of this to one of my guests that has been staying here over the last couple days, just in a place where they needed a place. So we're helping them out for a little while. Because right now we're under a tropical depression in Florida. And so it's been raining nonstop for a couple days now. So this is going to slice it down because I did actually skip something that was on this sandwich that I don't eat. And that was the onion. I don't like onion. Onion is on this also. So if you don't like onions, don't order it with onions. Or don't order it regular, should I say. If you don't like it, order it without onions. And yeah, the sauce tastes like a lowbrow kind of... it's almost like it's trying to be a Big Mac sauce. But the sauce is not so Big Mac flavored. I want to say it's like a little mixture of ketchup with a little bit of mayo and some mustard. That's kind of what it feels like when you taste it. It's not a bad tasting thing though. The Wagyu burger, however, the bun's nice and decent. It did take me 15 minutes to get home. I picked this up and it was ready right at 2:30, so I have no complaints about that. My main complaint is the price of this burger is $7, and if you want the meal is nearly $14 to $15 depending on which location you go to. A lot of the Arby's are owned by franchises, so therefore they actually get a chance to charge you whatever they want. And since this is the special Good Burger 2 burger or meal, yeah, it runs about $8 just for this one burger, which, I mean, if you work at a place where you normally don't bring lunch or you forget to bring lunch, a lot of times you're going to find yourself buying something for that price. No matter what, at a lot of these places, you're paying premium prices for burgers out of the food truck or even out of the machine. It runs about $6. At my job, it runs about $6. So, I mean, that very well could be one thing. Another thing is, I don't like the consistency of the burger because it's actually, you cannot see it probably on the camera, but it's actually almost pink in the middle. So that tells me whoever cooked this didn't cook it very well. And that could be another thing also. But I'm going to try the burger a different way, try to see if it's any different. Because sometimes, depending on which way you hold a burger, it might have a better flavor. And I'm going to try to take a little more decent bite from the thing this time, like in the middle, so I can get like a little bit of everything, just to see if there's anything different, which I don't think there will be, but it's always something to check out just in case. You know, you never know. You might just bite into it and it might be the best thing you've had in a while. I'm not expecting that because flipping it upside down, I think it gives a little more toppings upside down. And sometimes I like to eat it right side up. It's a general whatever toppings are on there. Usually I like to eat where the toppings are at because that way you get the full flavor of the burger and everything that goes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot here now. Okay, let's dig in. I don't know. I really don't think I'm super impressed. So, I know it's time for my review, and also my co-host is here, Mr. Predicto. He's always here. And he shows up in the videos frequently, as we already know. And so I'm going to go ahead and make my review first. Yeah, I feel like this is just a really thick patty burger. I do know that you can buy these in the store, similar, that already have cheese inside, and they're actually really good. They come from, like, Save-A-Lot, I believe. And, I think it would almost be better than this Wagyu burger. And the price of those are like $10 for 6. And there's definitely 6 patties that you get with that. Of course, the calories are higher with the burgers. But a lot of times if I buy burgers, I don't buy the bread because I don't really eat much bread. That's something that I stay away from because as somebody who's trying to continually lose weight, it's just not something that I prefer to have in my diet because it's really not healthy. Half of this stuff I don't even have in my diet for the purpose that this is something that I would order probably this one time, and that might be it. Arby's is constantly, their marketing team's constantly coming up with marketing ideas of things they can market with their sandwiches to make them that more expensive. And that's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I don't feel that it should be a need to have to market your product to where you can make it as much as you want, especially super expensive. For a burger that's not even full Wagyu, I know Wagyu beef is really expensive. And I know that would cost a lot more. However, you put 1% across and go, oh, it's 51% and 49% beef. Then that means it's only 1% over what it would be normally. So I really don't appreciate that. I don't think that's really a nice thing to do. That's something that you guys really need to take up with Arby's, everybody out there, because I don't understand how it can be like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give my review, like I said. For the burger in general, if this was a cheaper burger, it would be a thumbs up. For the value, thumbs down. Okay. Let's see. For the quality of the burger, thumbs down, because it's just a regular burger that they call a Wagyu burger. Once again, this is their marketing scheme to get you to believe you're buying a more expensive product, so that way they can make more money. That's what they want. They want these dollars. And I don't understand it, because it's like they think they're fooling people, but they're really not fooling anybody. So that's my personal opinion. I know it's not going to be a popular opinion. Maybe the food review of the week guy, or whatever his name is, I don't remember his name of his. I just know that I've heard him say stuff like I say, and I've said stuff like he says. I do the lovely people thing just to say hi to everybody, or say bye, should I say, to everybody before my video ends. And everybody who don't know, if this is the first time watching, my name's Jay, aka Fatty, and I'm Food Reviews with Fatty, of course. And this is my co-host, Mr. Predicto. So we're gonna go ahead, and those are my thoughts on it. With Mr. Predicto, I only ask one question, because and maybe two. It depends on what Mr. Predicto says for the first question. If he says not this time, then I'm going to go for a yes or no answers. But my opinion, this is not worth the $8. But that's just my opinion. It's nobody else's. So, except for Mr. Predicto's, and he's going to tell you the truth about this. That's what Mr. Predicto does. So, Mr. Predicto, let me ask you this. Is this Wagyu burger good enough to pay $8 for?
Cannot be found at this moment.
There we go. Mr. Predicto. Is this a good burger for the price?
Now is not the right time to tell you.
Mr. Predicto, are you being a punk?
It cannot be determined at this time.
Mr. Predicto, this makes the third time that I asked you something. The fourth time, I'd like a yes or no, please. Please, please, please. What do you say? Is this burger worth the $8.01 that I paid for it?
The answer is yes.
Finally. Yes. He said yes, so I'm going to go with Mr. Predicto on this one. I guess I will say yes. It's pretty good for the price, I guess. Maybe not with the drink and the shake, the strawberry shake that comes with it, and the crinkle cut fries, because that's $15, $16 or something crazy like that after tax. So I'm not going to say that that's super great, but I mean, everything else in the long run is not too terrible. Like I said, $8 for a burger. You're going to pay that at a food truck. You're going to pay it at a McDonald's nowadays. That's the norm for those kinds of things. So yeah, I guess I'll give him that. He's kind of right. It's not bad for $8. It could be worse, definitely worse. I've seen way worse pricing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day on this one. I really don't want to make a super long video. I've already went for quite some time, in my opinion. 15 minutes is quite a long time to talk about one sandwich. So we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. I do want to say thank you to all you lovely people who stayed around and watched the video. Yeah, I used some of the lines that he uses because I got some of that stuff from YouTube. I kind of have formed my personality through some of the other people that's on the channel and kind of following in the trends. So, sorry guy if it upsets you. I'd rather work with somebody on some stuff eventually and we can co-review and kind of throw ideas around. So, Mr. Restaurant Review of the Week, I believe it is. I'm going to mess this up a million times. I'm going to butcher your name a million times. But you know who I'm talking about because you always wear a suit and a bow tie. You always look dapper, as always. Yeah, I would like to say shout out to him and you know, hey, let's work. In this general case, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day like I always do. I'm going to thank everybody for watching. If you want to help out the channel in any way, shape, or form, please do go into the description below. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see new videos. I have new videos going up all the time. I'm trying to make this a solid, consistent thing, and we do plan on pushing it further. I'm going to push it further eventually. Maybe do restaurant reviews eventually, like literally restaurants. Like I know a few places that are really good in town, and I might do some of them, or I might pick some places I've never been to and just bring that alive. So that's something that might come in the future. Also, there are going to be other reviews. I've got the Chocolate Lovers Twinkie I'm still going to do. I got the Cocoa Krispies cereal straws. I got the Wonka Magic Gummies that turn your mouth blue. I've got a Christmas Dots review, Christmas version of the Dots candy that I'll be doing a review on eventually. Let's see, I've got the Strawberry Milkshake Pop-Tarts. And these are all videos that I plan on doing in the future. I'm just working my way around Robin kind of in a way with this stuff. And then there's also the Stuffed Puffs Filled Marshmallows Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So this is like a Toast Crunch filled stuffed marshmallow. I do plan on doing a review on that. And I got one that's a long time coming also. And I'm going to try to do soon because I've been talking about it so much. I'm going to eat toxic waste. That's right, I said it. I'm going to eat 4 kinds of toxic waste, and I'm going to decide which one is the most sour, which one is the most tasty, and which one just plain out is terrible. So keep a lookout for these videos. That's all I really got to say today. There wasn't a whole lot. Like I said, this is just one burger. And Ed, shout out to Ed, a.k.a. Kel. Hey, man, thanks for a good childhood, buddy. Because I remember when I was a kid, I would watch some of your shows, Keenan and Kel and all that stuff on Snick. And that really did make me feel like I mattered as a child, which as an adult, you kind of lose that feeling a lot more because people don't have the same respect for you as when you're a child. You know, you're taught respect, and then later on you grow up and you realize that everything that you were taught is almost like not existent. There's times when you can be treated really horribly just for being who you are. And I can tell you that I never felt that when I was a kid because I had Snick. Nobody else was around. I didn't have many people that wanted to be around. But when I did not have anybody around, you guys helped me out, Keenan and Kel, so thank you, and everybody from the cast of all that as well. Thank you. Amanda Bynes, shout out as well. Please get better soon and come back to acting and show these harlots that are acting today that you've got the skills still, because you was always really good on the Amanda Bynes show. You was always really good on all that. I really think that those were shows that defined the 90s and defined our history as children. So I'm definitely going to push that out there. Thank you all. And thank you all for staying to the end of the video, all you lovely people. So we're going to call it a day, and in which case, it is a day. Food Reviews with Fatty, out!